Our next story is in Calabar, the capital of Cross River State in southeastern Nigeria. The state is home to thousands of children living on the streets, many of them because they've been chased away from home after being accused of witchcraft. Now, in March this year, this video purportedly showing officers from a local law enforcement task force violently abusing a group of children went viral. Listen to a bystander calling out the officers for how they are handling the children.
You cannot tie them. You can't tie them. You cannot tie children. What do you mean? The same way you're tying a horse is how you're tying children. You're beating children with a cutlass. For what?
Our reporter spoke to one of the children who were in that video. He told her the task force officers beat and threatened them.
The task force's white minibuses chased us. They caught me and another boy, 5 of us in total. They tied us up and started beating us with a machete. There was a rope used to tie goats, and they tied us with it. It was painful. They told us they would throw us into the river.
A representative from a local youth-led NGO that rescues street children told DW that she and a colleague were also assaulted by the task force officers when they tried to intervene on behalf of the children.
I mean, and in the course of this work still, we were assaulted. I myself was dealt a slap across the face. I was dragged by a member of the task force still. A colleague of mine was given a punch on the face.
Now, the children were held by the task force officers for about 2 hours before they were released into the care of a local NGO called Street Priests. Our reporter has sought a response from the task force on the incident, but all the requests for comment have gone unanswered. Now, despite the public outrage that followed the video being released, the officers from the task force reportedly continue to harass street children in Cross River State. Now, but there is hope for these children. Through the help of NGOs like Street Priests, some of them have been able to get off the streets. Our correspondent met a former street child who's now become a sought-after DJ in Calabar.
This is Bogobiri, an area in Calabar, home to dozens of street children. Many of them were chased away by their families. I met Daniel, who spent about 6 years of his life here. This is where he went when he needed shelter.
So we got out that we're all, maybe if there is heat, or running away from, how is it called?
Police task force.
Those operations, Colombo, they love me. If that got out, see, stay inside that place to cook.
To cook?
Yeah.
He was abused by his father and was forced to leave his home.
My dad was actually maltreating me by using machete on me. He wanted to cut my ear with the machete. So at some point, I was able to use my hands to block it.
The street turned into his refuge, but life didn't get easier.
It is tough in there. They will slap you, they will hit you, they will stab you.
Against all odds, Daniel never gave up on his big dreams and continued to go to school. And when he met Street Priests, he was finally able to build a different life. They helped him to get off the street, and that allowed him to pursue his dream and become one of Calabar's most electrifying DJs.
It feels like a dream now. 6 days ago, I was on the street, but now I'm on day now. God is
Daniel often returns to the street, hoping to act as a role model for those who remain.
I want to inspire them that each and every one of them can also leave the street just as I do. I just want to let them know that everything is possible.
One of these children told me off camera that he believes Daniel. Like him, he wants to leave the street and become an engineer.
I want to let them know that this is not your place. This is not your house. This is not your home. You can actually leave the streets and become something better.
I spoke to a child advocate and human rights lawyer in Calabar, James Ebor. I began by asking him if anyone has been held accountable since the video of the street children allegedly being abused by members of the task force in Calabar went viral.
We have very weak institutions in Nigeria where usually police don't investigate any crime unless either the government shows interest or powerful individuals are pushing it, or even the media keeps talking about it. Like in this case, we raised the alarm. The Attorney General, called the task force to order, and nothing was done. Remember, this task force, the police provide security for this task force. We've been trying to educate the police and members of the public about the rights of these children, vulnerable children in street situation.
Yeah.
The social welfare services, in fact, in Nigeria, as you know, social welfare services are not really available.
Right.
So these children are left to themselves to, survive. And most times it is survival that brings them in conflict with the security agencies or the law.
Mr. Ebor,
So
let's just take a step back to why these children are on the streets in the first place. Can you tell us specifically about some of the troubling superstitions that have seen families, as is reported, chase their children away from home, accusing them of witchcraft?
Of course, that is one of the reasons, but not the only reasons. Our survey, we partnered with UNICEF in 2018 to do a head count of the street children. We profiled all the street children, and we got about 318 street children then. And our interviews with them revealed that majority of them are street kids because on account of witchcraft branding, but not all of them. And one of the people promoting these very terrible superstitions are religious bodies, pastors, evangelists, and apostles, promoting the belief in witches and wizards. This, with the kind of economy we have and with the kind of health issues are where most of our governments are not responsible, pushes them to these belief systems. And most times they resolve their poverty, unemployment, they excuse the spirits. And most times vulnerable children are the primary targets. Autistic children, children who have lost their two parents or one parent and they are potentially exposed to living with uncles or relatives. So the religious charlatans, in order to, promote their trade, they sell fear by, targeting these children.
One of the things that I wanted to discuss with you particularly about is how the local government in the state can do better in responding to the situation of particularly the children living on the streets, vulnerable children who need protection.
We don't have functional local government systems. Let nobody lie to you. We don't have a functional local government system. The local government system is running to pay salaries to some workers who are actually not working. You go to the local government councils across the country, you see that there's no activity happening there. Even the social welfare offices in these local governments are not functional. We are working with partners to see how this can work. But you see, partners will not give you money. Government has to be more responsible. Nigeria has a lot of money to fund institutions and strengthen institutions. The challenge we have is that our institutions are broken. Even the police is poorly funded. Government money is for sharing. Oftentimes, no releases to fund the system that should be providing social services to vulnerable children in street situations. That is the challenge. Corruption is our biggest threat. It affects our health system, it affects our social services, it affects everything of our lives.
Well, Mr. James Ibo, we really appreciate your insights there in letting us in terms of the challenges that street children are exposed to in Cross River states. We appreciate your insights, sir.
Thank you very much.